You a dollar, you.
It's too nasty.
You a dollar, you.
Sign. I see sign. Keep in mind, everybody rolling, they gon' ride when it's time. If you hit they line and they don't pick up, that's a sign.
You a dollar, you.
Hey, let that shit ride, Ty.
Bitch, go right there. I'ma take them down through there. Let them see how I really get down. I do better with nobody around. CEO build my shit from the ground, the king of the mountain. I'ma take them down through there. Let them see how I really get down. I do better with nobody around. CEO build my shit from the ground, the king of the mountain. I'ma take them down through there. Cottonwood where it started for me. First fight at the end of the street, on God, I was 6 years old, no CAP. Hey, mama stood right there, said he gon' be letting of the hood right there. Go mix with a bull right there, tow truck, that nigga got pulled right there. Hey, yeah, I'ma take him down through there. Look, man, my role models, all of them dead. Got me fucked up all in the head, go to sleep with the blick laying out in the bed. Yeah, I'ma take him down through there. Plenty reading, don't trust no hope. Heart been stepped on and broke, but I bet you that shit.
Y'all come on in. Come on in. Yes, my Sin City gang. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Come on in. Yes. Yeah. I hope y'all having a nice weekend, because mine real good. Y'all come on in. Like, share, and subscribe. Before I get started, let me drop a disclaimer. Yeah. This site is for education and entertainment purposes only. Therefore, everything that I say after this, you guys, is allegedly. But I got some links I'm gonna drop. So yeah, y'all come on in, get comfortable. Yes, welcome, all my Sin City gang. Come on in. I see you, Big Sly. I see you. Yes, holding it down. Come on in. Yes, yeah. I want to thank all my subs. All y'all, I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Come on in. Welcome to the Sin City channel. Yes, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Also, if you have not downloaded the Spreaker app, go ahead and do so. It is absolutely free. Yes, I see my big truck drivers. I see y'all downloading that app. Yes, I get the feedback. I see y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you all. Yes, Spotify, I see the numbers. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Follow me on all major platforms. Let's get it. Let's go. Sin City. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's get it. All right. Okay. Yeah. We got some things we got to talk about, you guys. We got some things we got to talk about. We left off on colorism, and I got so much I'm not going to say even backlash, but so much feedback. I'm going to say that feedback. I got so much feedback on that colorism. I had to run it back. I have people that said, hey, I needed to get on the panel. I didn't get a chance to get on the panel. You know, all of that. I'm going to drop the link because, hold on, what I got to do is I'm going to drop the link because someone is going to be coming backstage, and I need to drop the link early to have them backstage waiting. In the meantime, in between time, you guys, we have some things on the lineup. We got to talk about not only colorism. Again, we got to talk about Russia. over there acting a fool. Russia is, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's a lot going on. A lot. Okay. So, yeah, we got to tend to some news before we get to the colorism. We got to get to some news, you guys. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about what the hell Russia is going. What's going on with Russia? I'm gonna share my screen because I want you guys to see something. Hold on a second. Because they basically have surrounded the Ukraine on 3 sides now. So we got to check out what's going on. Hold on a second, guys. Let me share my screen. Wait a minute. Because we got to get to it. So Russia has surrounded Ukraine on 3 sides, and here's where an invasion could be launched. And remember, I told you guys this last week on the live that Russia, are we at war? Okay, well, here's your answer right here. And this is according to CNN, and shout out. I can't even get it out to CNN. Russia has, guys, they basically have more than 100,000 troops near the Ukraine border right now as we speak. Now, here's the thing, because they, of course, we know that the U.S. always sticking their nose into shit they ain't got no business sticking their nose in. Okay, but this is what they're saying. They're over there. They don't post it up, and this is going down basically over there. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second. Hold on. It's going down over there. So while we getting distracted on this and that and all this other shit, you guys, it's going down over there. Okay, it's going down over there. So I'm gonna take a drink on that before I even get to this other news, you guys. What we really came here to talk about is colorism. I wanted to touch on just that a minute with Russia, because at the end of the day, we got to be prepared for that. Okay, we got to be prepared. So yeah, let me take a drink to that. Take a drink to that, because what I want to get right into on this colorism, I put a poll up there too, because we also got to talk about the weaning out the bad apples of your group. We all know that we have those, occasionally. Thing is how you handle it, and move forward. When you have the bad apples in the group, how do you detect the bad apples, and how do you, wean them out? We're going to talk about all that. Okay. And the reason why we're going to talk about that is because in order to move forward, and again, I keep saying this, I said it in the past video, in order to move forward, you have to change the mindset. All that narcissistic ass behavior, you want to, point the finger and play the victim at the same time, because you won't get the reaction out of me that you want, because I'm not going to feed off into the controversy. And so therefore, if I don't react a certain way, you get upset, then you're just going to be upset since said it. Okay. Because I wean out bad apples. I see them. I see the red flags, and I go ahead and get it on out the way quickly, expeditiously. Understand? Yeah, that's what I do. So that's why I needed to talk about that. And we're definitely going to get right into how we handle the bad apples in the group. How do we handle it? But hey, hold on. Give me a second, because I want to get over here and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about those bad apples. So I'm going to share my screen again, because I want you guys to see this video, this quick video on bad apples in the group. Okay. So let's see what they're saying over here about bad apples. And how do you handle those bad apples?
One bad apple in the bunch is not a good thing. If you got a bad apple, get rid of it now, because all it's going to do is make rotten tomatoes and rotten apples out of the rest of the bunch.
Hey there, and welcome to the locker room. Coach Gates here, and today's message: get rid of the bad apples. Remember as a kid, your parents used to tell you, or you heard it said, one bad apple can spoil the whole bushel? It's true. In every leadership and management course I've ever seen, in every study, in every college, everybody knows that one bad apple can ruin the entire bushel. Folks, this is a message for all of you leaders out there who have a bad apple that you're managing or leading, and for some reason, you can't get them turned around and you're letting them stay. This became the most profound and clear thing for me to focus on 15 years ago when I had invited some 30 people to listen to my company overview. I would ask each of them to remain in the meeting room for a few minutes while I invited the rest to join me. Well, by the time I got into that room, those 30 people had been reduced down to 6. What happened was there was one person in that room who came across as a very smart individual and convinced all these people that they should not consider even interviewing with us. It was the most dramatic experience I'd ever had, in that one bad apple can ruin so many things and so many people. So whether it's a sports team, a family, a business, or anything where there's a gathering of people, we need to make sure that we get rid of that bad apple, because that bad apple can ruin the whole bunch of us. So stay away from bitter, angry, judgmental people, as they will rob you of your joy and your future blessings that you're entitled to. So gang, get rid of that bad apple, and I'll guarantee you, you'll be living your best life. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow in the locker room.
Yes, okay. Let me stop right there. Hold on. Okay. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. And hold on, because I got to talk about that. Oh, no, baby. I got to talk about that. Hold on. Hold that thought, y'all. Now we're going to talk about that one. We definitely going to talk about that one. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. Weaning out the bad apples. How do you detect the bad apple? That is so true. It is very, very true. How do you detect the bad apples? Do you put up with it? But do you tolerate it? Because I have some people that say, you know what? And shout out to Quisha in the building. Absolutely. Hey, shout out to Amber Brandon in the building. Yes, salute, salute. If the bad apples are determined are detrimental to your health, growth, or family, you must cut the relationship off. Absolutely. You must cut it off. It's called a toxic trait. That is toxicity. That is very, very toxic. What do you consider a bad apple? What do you consider a bad apple? Good question. What do you consider a bad apple? Me personally, I consider a bad apple someone that likes controversy all the time. A person who is not on the same mindset, an agenda that you're on. If you're on an agenda and you're trying to accomplish something, you have one person that's going against everything that you're trying to do. They're going against everything that you stand for. Those are the bad apples. That's what I consider a bad apple. Does the mistake determine if they are a bad apple? Now, that's the thing, because here's the thing. If you learn, of course, we all make mistakes. If you learn from the mistake and don't do it again, but if you constantly doing the same thing over and over and over and over that I've asked you not to do, and you're doing it over and over, and you're consistent that what you're doing is consistently being the bad apple. That's how you wean it out. And that's how you know. So is at that point, it's not a mistake anymore. It's a choice. So you've made that choice to become the bad apple because you're consistently doing the same mistake, repeating the same mistake over and over again. Everyone makes mistakes, but are they continually exactly making the same mistakes, or are they learning? That's what I'm saying. So if you're learning from the mistakes, then that's different. You, of course, I may give you a second chance, but if you consistently and you're repeating the same mistake again, then that's not a mistake. It becomes a choice. So then now I have determined you're become a bad apple. I got to get away from that. I don't want that bad apple. I don't want that. So absolutely, we have to determine the bad apples. Now, I heard where someone said that, and this is allegedly, I saw where they were like, okay, well, what if you try to put out some positive energy within the bad apple to see if you can turn that bad apple into a good apple? Can you overturn their thinking? Can you change the way they're thinking? Only if that person, you can try to influence that person to change the way that they think, but only that person can change the way they think. You can try to influence that person into, hey, let's try it this way. Let's do it this way. Communication, of course, we all lack that, okay, in communication. Sometimes it's good to communicate, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I want to talk about it, sometimes I might not want to. Is it worth it? That's the question. Is this person worth me even putting forth an effort to try to save a bad apple or turn that bad apple into a good apple? Is it worth it? That's another thing we have to determine. Is it worth it? If a person is a common denominator in all drama, they may be the bad apple. Now, let's talk about it, and I'm going to let that sit there for a second. If a person is a common denominator in all the drama, they may be a bad apple, because that is absolutely true. That's coming to now, it becomes a choice now, but you've made that choice to be the bad apple. It's no longer a mistake at that point, because that's a choice that you made. Exactly. Does the person betray toxic behavior? Yes. The person does betray toxic behavior by consistently wanting to input themselves in controversy everywhere. So absolutely they're toxic, but they don't see that they're toxic. They're going to point the finger at everybody else but themselves. They're going to play the victim. They're going to have narcissistic ways. They're going to try to scandalize your character and all of that. It's always the best to overturn a negative situation into something positive if you can. But if you have time to pray on it, first pray. I agree. I definitely agree. Again, is that bad apple worth it? Is that bad apple worth all of the trouble? Is that bad apple even worth a prayer? I ain't praying for everybody. I'm just saying. I had to learn that. All that stuff, I'm gonna pray. No, you got to be careful when you say that too. Everybody don't know how to pray. I don't want everybody praying for me. Your tongue is powerful. Some things you might sit there and say and wish upon me that I don't keep that. It's always best to, okay, so I read that one slide. Slide say, the enemy is really working, but you can always identify it by the negativity that it is giving. And that's what I'm saying. Also, the environment that you keep if you are around and surround yourself with negative people all the time that like drama, they like controversy, they think that controversy sells, they want to do this, they want, those are the type of people that you're used to hanging around. So you're going to have the same mindset that those people are having because that's the way they're thinking. And so they're going to influence you to think that. And you don't even see it. You won't even see it. That person will be in your ear just talking away and talking, and it might sound so good, and all along they all fucked up. They all fucked up. Yeah, blind leading the blind. The older I get, I don't have the time or patience to put up with the bad apples. My cutoff game strong. Exactly, Quisha. I value my peace and happiness more than toxic relationship, whether it be family, friends, or coworkers. Exactly. And that's another thing because, and we deal with a lot of bad apples, even in the work environment, your coworkers, yes, your friends and your family. These are people that you have to work around on a daily basis, day to day. So, you try to, or you want to remain positive, and when you have people going against what you're fighting for and want to turn around because you dig off in their ass and try to say, oh, well, you ain't practicing what you preach. Not why? Because I dug off in your ass and I called a spade and I saw what the hell you was doing. I saw your sneaky ass shit and all that and called your ass out. And so now all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. No, fuck out of here. Okay. Fuck out of here. That's that narcissistic ass shit. So that is why I wanted to touch on and talk about weaning out bad apples. How do you detect the bad apples? What do you do about these bad apples? Do you tolerate the bad apples, or do you just say, you know what, it's not worth it? If it's worth it, how do you tolerate? How do you change that person? How can you overcome the mindset of a bad apple? How? That's the solution. What is the solution? Because again, not only do we want to, acknowledge the problem, we want to come up with the solution. How do we, continue? How do we, not have these type of issues? What type of solution do we need to come up with? I return energy always. What you give is what you get. Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. So that's why I wanted to talk about that first before we even get into colorism, because this all plays a part in everything that we're trying to do with unity. We cannot come together if we do not change the mindset. And I keep saying this. So for those out there, and I see that with the negative vibe that I got last week from somebody did a whole damn video that I wasn't even on. Okay. Wasn't even on the video. I had other stuff going on, death in the family, trying to get together. My mom's 90th birthday, but I get a whole damn live done with subliminals thrown at me, and I wasn't even on that motherfucker. I had to get home, start watching the damn live, and realize, like, really? Because I couldn't make it on the fucking live, but this person ain't even telling this person behind closed doors, I'm helping your ass the whole time to set your goddamn live up. Okay? That you can't even get set up. I'm on the line. I'm gonna stop what the hell I'm doing with my time to try to help you, and you didn't even acknowledge the fact that I helped your ass because you letting this person in your ear and talking and trying to badmouth, and I wasn't even on the goddamn live. And you thought I wasn't going to address it, but I'm addressing that shit right now. And then I'm going to move forward because guess what? You're not even worth it. Your ass the bad apple. Don't even realize it. Look in the mirror. Get your own shit together before you come and bring it over here to set it. Because guess what? Hold on. I got something for you. Don't even worry about it. Hold on. Hold Hold on. Oh, don't even worry about it. Let me share my screen on this one. I got something for you. Hold that thought. Don't even worry about it. Here you go. Here you go, right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here you go. Right here. Let me go ahead.
If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. Okay, well, what you said was some bull. But you don't like it. You don't like it. I sure damn don't like it. Where's the end? What you want me to do? Okay, you don't like it. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. Okay, well, what you said was some bull. But you don't like it. You don't like it. I sure damn don't like it. Where's the end? What you want me to do? Okay, you don't like it.
All right. Okay. Now, I said what the fuck I said. Now, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay? What the fuck you want me to do? Now, okay? I said it. Sid said it. Okay? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a motherfucking classic. Okay? I said what I said. Yes. Absolutely, friend. Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, the bad apple shit, cleared that shit out the way. Okay? Yeah. Now we can get to the topic at hand on colorism part 2. Yes. And I'm going to drop the link on this. Hold on. I'm going to drop the link. If you want to come on the panel, click on that link because part 2 of colorism. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. Part 2. We're going to talk about it. Part 2. We got to talk about it. Colorism. We talked about the light skin privileges and dark skin, all that last week. And that's how the start of some other stuff came about. You know, dark skin got a little offended by some stuff that was said, and they got in their feelings and wanted to try to do the damn video on your girl, and I wasn't even on that motherfucker. Okay? So, yes, let's talk about it. Now, I asked a couple of questions last week regarding the colorism, and we talked about it, and we got I got a lot of feedback. So another question that I wanted to ask in regards to it, colorism, I wanted to see what you all thought is, and why do y'all think colorism exists? Why do y'all think it exists? I don't know if I asked this question last week or not. Why do you all think colorism even exists? Why? Why do y'all think it exists? Welcome, 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 Miss Aquisha in the building, my friend. Salute. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm just gonna say, because I'm a darker skinned female, and it exists because of our history and our ancestors and the way that we were treated, and it was also put on us by white people. It wasn't within us. It started by white people because they always thought that the lighter colored people were better. Those were the ones they put in the house. They kept the darker ones out in the field. So it's something, a lot of our bad habits, that's where we get them from. Those things came from white folks back in the day. They instilled that in us. So as we have progressed, now it's just us. You know what I'm saying? The black people do it. And then you know what? White people still do it too. in these jobs, they prefer people that are lighter, a lighter version. Men do it, some men, I ain't gonna say all men, but men, if you look at all of the successful men, the athletes, the rappers, if you look at the people that they have kids by, the ones that they marry and stuff like that, they're all lighter women, or either women that are not even, black women. And you know what I'm saying? So that is what the is been instilled in us, that's better than being darker. Now me myself, being a darker person, when I was growing up, I did experience colorism, and I may even experience it some as an adult. But me, I don't think nobody's better than me. I don't care what color they are. So
Yeah.
that's just me. If a person is going to like me or love me or want to deal with me, it's going to be for me. And regardless of what the color of my skin is. So I don't feel, that's just me. And that just may be by confidence. I don't feel like, I don't care what color you are, red, purple, blue, yellow, white. I don't care. I don't feel like you better than me just because I'm darker. And that's and a lot of times we have insecurities within ourselves, because even though we know that stereotype is out there and that colorism is out there, you still have to be confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to be confident in yourself as a person, because they're going to throw all types of stuff at you out there in the world, but you still have to be confident in who you are. And it does exist. People do it, and some people do it and don't even realize they do it.
That's true.
And that's the thing. They do it and they don't even realize that they do it, which is the crazy part. And then, but it is what it is. It's probably not ever going to go away, to be honest with you. Even when you see if you look at and I'm just going to give you an example. Look at these stars as far as when they sing. I'm going to say Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, right? Kelly Rowland could sing just as good and dance just as good as Beyonce, but she's considered a darker skinned woman than Beyonce is. So if we want to be realistic, Beyonce is more successful than Kelly. And a lot of that, people don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to realize that, but that is what happens, right? Because that person was lighter than her. She was more successful. And also, of course, because of course she had her dad behind her, but I believe he would have got behind Kelly too.
Yes, because
But the industry,
a lot of people are saying that Kelly is really prettier than Beyonce, allegedly. That's,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I've
She's
heard
just
a
as
lot of
pretty.
people
She's
say
just
that.
as pretty to me
Yes,
as
she
Beyonce.
is.
I don't feel like Beyonce. This is my personal opinion. I don't feel like Beyonce is more prettier than her. And I love Beyonce. I like
do
both of
too.
them.
I do
But the
too.
thing about it is, I feel like she didn't get the shine that she should have received because she was a darker tone, and that's just my opinion.
That's
You
true.
know, and that's my opinion. And I could go through a whole list of people who I feel like that don't even, and it's just my opinion, that I feel like they don't have the type of talent to be where they are, but because of the color of their skin, that they are there.
Yeah.
We could look at the Jennifer Hudsons and the Fantasias, and we know that they are super talented.
Yes.
Super talented. They should be on a higher level than what they are, but because the Kelly Prices, you know what I'm saying? All of those darker women that are not even these are not mediocre singers. These are great singers. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't throwing no shots out there, but all of them sing better than J-Lo. But J-Lo is on a bigger scale than all of them, and she can't hold a candle to none of their voices. But it's all because these are darker skinned toned women, and we know this from history that these women tend to you know what I'm saying, they get successful because of that. And that was just one example, the Beyonce and Kelly one, because that's the generation that I grew up in, and I can attest to that, because I'm like, they doing the same thing. They voices sound similar. If you go back and listen to those Destiny's Child, sometimes you couldn't tell if it was Beyonce or if it was
That's
Kelly.
true. That's true.
So what made Beyonce the bigger star? You have to look at the bigger picture on some of these things. But again, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so I'm glad that, because I didn't get, now let me see what Amber said before I ask you what I'm gonna ask you. Colorism harmfully impacts a person's experience in regards to how they view themselves and others. That's what Amber said.
That's true. That's true. That goes back to me saying you have to be confident in yourself. You have
So
to be
now,
confident in yourself, and you have to have high, self-esteem, and that's just with anything. You know what I'm saying? That you have to be confident in yourself, because it will be easy to impact how you see yourself. If somebody always telling you, but because you dark, you're not as attractive as somebody who's light. But I mean, you have to be realistic. It's some pretty dark women out there. We know that. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? We know that to be factual.
yes,
So the thing, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
everybody, what I think is pretty, somebody else might think is pretty, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to be confident in yourself.
Yes. What about, speaking of confidence, what about the dark skin that are bleaching their skin because those are one that don't have the confidence? What do you say to those to try to get them to feel confident about themselves, to not want to bleach their skin?
When you bleaching your skin, that's your outer appearance, right? So you, the only person seeing your outer appearance is other people. So that means that you're doing that for other people. So even if you're doing stuff for other people to please other people, but are you still going to be happy at the end of the day? Because you're still the same person on the inside. And so I feel like when you do these things to try to please other people, you have to make sure mentally you're okay first, because you
Mm-hmm.
may go through all of that. To look at Michael Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
prime example. Went through all of that, changed his facial features, bleached his skin, set his hair on fire, did all of that, and he still was not happy. He still
Yep.
was not happy mentally. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? He still was
He
not
got
happy.
off and everything.
Yeah, he still was not
Allegedly.
happy.
Yeah.
So you got to be right mentally, before anything, before you try to please other people, because you have to be happy within yourself. Because even when you get happy with yourself and get right mentally, you won't give a fuck about what nobody else say about you and what you look like. I
That's
mean,
right.
at that point,
That's right.
you don't. Bottom line is, you wouldn't care what nobody say about you at that point.
Amber says colorism negatively influences people's tolerance level and their acceptance of others. That's true too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, we have some weak-minded people out there. We know that. We have people that are followers. We have
Yes.
people that go with whatever everybody else, go with the majority. Social
Yes.
media is ruining the world. So,
Yes.
you have people have more say so on things. So, when somebody posts a picture, and if it's dark skinned woman or light skinned woman, then you have people coming in saying comments, and everybody just go with what the popular, whichever one gets the most likes. So
Mm-hmm.
then you have those people that actually do that. And then you have people that think for themselves, and they're going to think a person is beautiful no matter what color they are. Like I
Exactly.
said, it just all boils down to what type of person you are. And are you a follower? Are you a leader? Do you think for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you confident in yourself? Are you okay mentally? Those are questions that you have to ask yourself. If you worried about what somebody else see when they look at you, or what somebody else might think, because of they don't even know you at this point. They just looking at you and seeing your dark skin. So if you worried about that, then that's an issue from within.
Yes. That's true. That is so true. I agree wholeheartedly. Let me ask you this. Have when you were little, even come up in school,
Mhm.
give us an example of the issues that you saw and that you had to deal with coming up. Were you picked on or were you not picked on?
I wasn't picked on. I was the bully. That's funny to say, but I know that because because I was so, the reason why I was picked on when I was picked on, because I was smart. You know what I'm saying? So that was the issue, is because I was smart. So then I had experiences though with colorism, because we would have like different parts and little plays. I can remember being in the 5th grade, and we had a play, and the only part they would give me was Harriet Tubman, because I was dark skinned.
Oh wow.
And I can remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it then, but as I got older and I look back on it, I was like, what? why I had to be, Harriet Tubman, and it was so many other people that, Mary McLeod Bethune, so many other people that I could have been, but why did I have to be? You know what I'm saying? When you kids, you don't really realize. Yeah, you don't really realize that stuff when you kids, but as you get older, you look back on those situations. Oh, that's what that was. That was I'm sorry, my phone was ringing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Then you'd be like, oh, that's what that was. That was colorism. That's why I was automatically cast as Harriet Tubman and wasn't given a chance for no other roles. So, it's just little things you look back on and you realize as you're adult because you're not that smart as a child and you don't really think of it. And if you think about it, our parents and stuff in our generation, they didn't put emphasis on nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't just into, colorism and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't call it out, rather. So now we're in the time where we call everything out.
Yes, everything I've been seeing, like this has been an issue throughout for the last couple of months now. I've been seeing, different topics and issues on colorism is really a problem. It really is. And this has been going on for a long time, a very long time. I think we lost Quisha. But colorism, you guys, and I said this even in the previous video, that's the start of our division. The colorism, it's the start of our division. What Salah said, Quisha, do you believe that someone with low self-esteem can inflict themselves with jealousy for someone else? Hell yes, cuz absolutely. Absolutely, a person with low self-esteem can inflict themselves with jealousy. That's what the fuck I'm dealing with right now. A low self-esteem, low energy level, bitter motherfucker that's jealous. Absolutely. That's exactly what the fuck is going on. That's exactly what's going on. I'm dealing with that shit right now. That's why I had to fucking wean shit out and cut people off and all of that. And I hate that because I see the potential in people. But I also, and again, it comes to the question, is it worth it? Because I wholeheartedly, some things are just not worth my energy and my peace. It's just not. So I don't give it any energy. I let it go. And then they get mad because they don't get the reaction out of me that they want. Okay. You're just going to get the fuck you at reaction. Give a fuck. That's called hating. It's called dry ass hating, because that's what it's called. Dry hating. Yeah. The dry ass hate. That hate for no fucking reason. Hate, just dry ass hate. Making a whole video of somebody that ain't even paying, don't even know what the fuck going on. Ain't even thinking about your ass. That's some dry ass hate shit. Like, who the fuck does that? Ain't nobody thinking about y'all motherfuckers like that to be doing a whole goddamn fucking video throwing subliminals and fucking shit. Like, who the fuck cares? The fucking 5 or 6 motherfuckers that was in there, in the 2 people that was in the motherfucking live. Shit. Fuck out of here. I was reading an article by Nadra Kareem Nibble that stated colorism has been linked to racism and classism. Cause click on the link and come on the panel. You don't have to cam up. I want to explain what you're saying on that. I want you to elaborate a little bit more on that. On that, because I absolutely agree. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I see our 200 and some of y'all that's watching this live. If you have not subscribed to the channel, it's absolutely free. Go ahead and subscribe. I have not been pushing my subscriber to subscribe. I need the subscribers to get up. get them likes up, because I know I'm bringing the content, the truth. I will be doing a story on a coach in Chicago. I'm not going to say his name yet, because when I get his story together and do the live and interview him, it's going to be on some great positive stuff that's going on, that's on the agenda, what we're trying to do, and all these distractions that's trying to distract me and hollering about, oh, we need to focus on our own community first before. Well, guess what? Your own raggedy ass community ain't giving y'all $150 million funding to prevent the violence. Okay? So why don't you march your real good, dusty, dirty, dingy, the fuck ass to your governor and ask your governor, is he going to issue out the funds to help you all prevent the violence in your community? Otherwise, the focus is on Chicago, is what I'm focusing on. You can't distract me from what the fuck I'm focused on, okay? And what my purpose is in life and what my agenda is, okay? You can't sidetrack that and try to disturb me from what the fuck I'm doing, okay? I'm the leader. I'm a leader. You're a fucking follower. Keep following the sheeps, okay? I'm going to follow the lions, because the lions are woke. We woke. Okay? Just thought I'd put that out there. Because Nadra said when conquistadors first traveled to the Americas in the 15th century, that they judged the indigenous people they saw on their skin color. Yeah, because this is what I'm saying. Colorism is the start of our division. And it has been for quite some time. For quite some time. And like Quisha said, whether we even know it or not, and sometimes in our everyday living, we might encounter it. Yeah, it do sound like a good story. I'm gonna have to check into that, because you're gonna have to, yeah. Yes. So again, colorism is an issue. It's a big issue. And hold on. I want to share my screen because it's something else that I want to show you all. Quisha said, my bad, my phone. Okay, that's cool. Hold on. Let me share my screen, because it's something else that I want to show you all also. Let me get over here, because I want y'all to see this. Okay. And let's get to it. Over here, we're going to look at BET, and they're talking about the light-skinned, dark-skinned girls. And let's look at this video, you guys. I wanted to share this.
My Nana wanted us to see the world.
After this, hold on. Wait a minute. After this commercial. Commercial? Wait.
At a young age, but even more, she wanted.
After this commercial, you guys, we will be checking it out.
The same fashion language as me. There was so much inspiration. That's why I love working with up-and-coming designers, especially those from HBCUs. Sometimes we think of legacy as what we leave behind, but really, our legacy is what builds the future. Celebrate your legacy. Invest in the future. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
The memes you're seeing are the latest craze to hit the internet.
Dark-skinned girls be like, Team light skin.
Someone asked me, what's ugly? I said, I don't know. I'm light-skinned.
How light-skinned be when someone tells them they're getting darker?
Images and messages dissing light-skinned and dark-skinned blacks are flooding timelines everywhere, spreading ideas some believe are harmful to the Black community. Opera Enwara has heard jokes like these all of her life. She's fed up.
I think it's a very sad condition that we have amongst ourselves, that we definitely need to start perpetuating better images, and just better strategies of how we love each other and how we communicate with each other, how we express through our pain. Because I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that as a people, we're still healing.
While memes are new, their messages are not. Colorism, a tactic slave masters used to pit light and dark-skinned blacks against each other, is an issue experts have been researching for years.
So we go back to slave days. It was a clear dichotomy, right? And I think oftentimes people forget that Africans as well as poor and Southern Europeans were brought to America at first to be indentured servants. They were supposed to just serve their 7 years, and then they were going to be given land. This is where the whole 40 acres and a mule comes from. Well, while slavery is nothing new to humans, the racialization of slavery is indeed new.
In the 18th century, the paper bag was the litmus test for black privilege. Those lighter than the bag were afforded opportunities and admittance into certain social clubs, in a system that mimics the same racist practices that divided whites from blacks. On the surface, memes are supposed to be funny, but do they cross the line?
As a comic, I'm insulted that it's being called a joke. It's not a joke. It's foolishness. A joke usually has a setup and a punchline, but I need them to Google that because, if you don't Google something, most people don't know what I'm talking about. So Google, what is a joke?
While the memes may seem like fun and games, the division they perpetuate is anything but.
The memes are popular because ignorance is always popular. It's funny to be ignorant. Like, it's sadly funny. And as a comic, it's like the lowest brow of comedy to just pick on the things that are just so low brow. So it's not that it's popular for a good reason. It's popular because people aren't reading books.
As memes gain traction in social media, they keep the harmful practice of colorism alive. But now some people are speaking out.
I always am the butt of a light skin joke. Like, people, I'll give a boy my number, always like, oh, you're light skin, you're not about to text me back.
I had a friend. She really thought that her skin tone was too dark, so she would sit and scrub herself hard, say that she would bleach her skin, say that she would mate with someone who's a fair and warm complexion than her to have light skin babies.
As technology continues to play a critical role in sharing opinions and ideas in the modern age, it is now time to find better ways to spread humor without spreading hate.
People have died in good fun. In all honesty, if we look at history, there have been terrible things that have happened to people. Lives have been lost all in quote unquote fun. So, and I'm a firm believer that the tongue is the most powerful weapon that we have, outside of our brain. So what you put out in the universe, what you speak, that has to find life. It has to make life. So instead of speaking words of death, maybe we should speak more words of life.
Okay. Let me stop sharing my screen on that. Yes. Absolutely, you guys. What do y'all think about that? What they said? I agree. Your tongue is powerful. This is why, what people don't understand. And this is coming back to, I don't when people holler, I'm gonna pray for you. Nah, I pray for myself. I don't need you praying for me because you don't know everybody don't know how to pray. And when you speaking certain stuff on people, you don't know what you speaking on that person, because your tongue is powerful, very powerful. That's why you have to watch your surroundings. Get rid of the bad apples. If they don't have good intentions for you, you have to get rid of them. You have to see the slick shit for what it is, okay? And you just have to get rid of it. It's not worth the time, the energy, or your peace, okay? Let them have it. There's this girl on social media named Queen Op who said if she had a dark-skinned baby, she would give it up for adoption. She went viral. Oh, wow. Well, that's just like a person saying that if a war break out, they wouldn't go with their own black people. Dumbest shit I ever heard. Okay. That's low self-esteem. Those people with low self-esteem. People go viral for the wrong reason. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. People do go viral for the wrong reason. Absolutely. They absolutely do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Real crazy. So I say that's why it's not good to tell someone I love you to death. That's speaking it into existence. Absolutely, because that's what I'm saying. A lot, and you know what? A lot of these terms and stuff, that words being spoken that we use, a lot of times we don't even realize that we're cursing ourselves when we say these things. That's why I've learned, like, people, they text and say good morning. I don't even do that anymore. I say grand rising now, grand rising king or grand rising queen. I say grand rising now instead of good morning or whatever, because I looked that up and did some research. Morning is like you're mourning something, or you're mourning. That's where the morning came from, the term morning, like you're mourning a person. So I stopped saying good morning and start saying grand rising. Okay. I'm just saying we have to learn to stop using certain terms when we're speaking on stuff. We don't know the terminology behind, the definition behind some of the words we're using is a curse. We're cursing ourselves, speaking it into existence. That's why I've learned a lot of lessons in I don't tell everybody, even the people that are close to me, they'll tell you. It's only a few people that really know me, know my business, know everything about me. I don't let everybody know that. It's only a few that's close, like Quisha. Me and Quisha been friends for so long. When I tell you, we motivate each other, we try to keep each other on positive. And don't try, we do. Now, sometimes I might fall short, she might fall short, but at the end of the day, we always gonna come together. We always gonna bring it back to the positive note and what we know. Period. I love you for life is the proper way to say I love you. Yeah, I agree. You have to be careful in what you're saying and how you say it. I agree. I definitely agree, you guys. The tongue is very powerful. It's powerful. And again, in order for us to get towards the unity, we got to change the mindset. People ask me when I cut, people off, like, do you ever feel like you could talk back to that person? Or, I'm not going to say I won't talk back to a person. I'm going to say this. I won't talk back to a person if they're going to continue to do the same thing. I won't talk back to a person if they haven't learned their lesson. I won't go backwards. I only move forward. I move forward with you if you put forth an effort to move forward. If I see you putting forth an effort to move forward. If I see you still doing the same thing, why would I allow you back? Why would I allow you? Of course, you got to move different. Absolutely, Quisha. Yes, never say never, just move different. Absolutely, you never say never, because you never know. But at the end of the day, if that person ain't on what you own, then you just got to leave them where they at and keep it pushing. Because the tongue is powerful. Again, if they ain't looking out for your best interest, if it's easy for them to, at the drop of a hat, to switch on you and then flip the script and act like and point the finger like you did something wrong, when they fuck with you first now, but then your reaction, but you the bad person. You got to step back and look at them type of people and say, damn it, is it even worth my time? I don't have the energy for it. I don't. You have to pray for others. This is what I'm talking about, though, cuz that I don't pray for everybody anymore. I used to. You can't. You cannot pray for everybody. I leave that up to people to pray for themselves, because I don't want everybody praying for me, because like I say, everybody don't know how to pray. So you have to be mindful and careful of who you get to pray for you too, because the tongue is powerful. So they might say some shit in their prayer, and fuck your whole goddamn life up the rest of your life. I'm just saying, allegedly. I'm just saying. That's them bad apples. Exactly, friend. That's them bad damn apples that I was talking about. See, y'all not getting the reason why I did this live. All this shit is playing together. All this shit run together. Colorism, badass apples, communication, all this shit is run together when we're trying to unify. Because without all, if we can't get this shit together and change our mindset, we're not going to be able to unify. We're not going to be able to unify. Big slide. Quisha say you are right, but the Lord is still working on me. I know, friend, and he's working on me too. I say he's working on all of us. Thing about it is weaning out the bad apples and seeing if you can get to the bad apples to change their way of thinking. Everybody's not willing to have their train of thought change. Some people scared of change. They scared. So you know, hey, it is what it is. But I had to talk on it again, do a part 2 of colorism. Kinfolk, no one can curse what God has blessed. No one can bless what God cursed. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna disagree. This is what I'm gonna say. Agree to a certain strength, agree and disagree. You can speak things in existence. Yes, what the Most High has for you is for you. But you can also have somebody to come over here and distract it all by speaking shit into existence, because it's all about what you speak into the universe. That's powerful. When you speak things into the universe and you believe what you speak, it comes true. This is why you have to be careful. Okay? Even when you're meditating, okay, and manifesting. When you're manifesting, I suggest you research before you manifest. Know what vibrations and frequencies to be on when you're manifesting. Okay? Don't be on no low level energy ass frequency while you're trying to manifest positive energy. Research the positive energy frequency and stay on that. Okay? Yes. I am one of his spiritual projects. Absolutely, friend. Me too. And salute to you. Salute to you all. You and Sly. That's true, but it's up to you to accept it or reject it. Absolutely. Stay woke. Stay woke. Gotta stay woke. So yes, you all. That's gonna be that on that. I dropped the link. I gave when Quisha came, I gave the other people a chance that wanted to come, that didn't come last week. They didn't want to come. A lot of people don't want to cam up, which is fine. You don't have to cam up, but I did drop the link. I gave you guys an opportunity. But I'm going to be ending this live shortly. So this is your last opportunity to come forth if you would like to say anything. Just be mindful that, again, it's all positive vibes over here, positive energy over here. If you don't like what said, what I said, and what I say, then I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't know what to tell you. Other than,
If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said.
Okay, well, what you said was some bull.
But you don't like it. You don't like it.
I sure damn don't like it.
Where's the end? What you want me to do?
okay, what you want me to do? I said what I said. Okay? What you want me to do? Who gonna check me, boo? Okay? So with that being said, okay, I want to thank all my subs for coming in. I see you all again. Thank you all. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Download that Spreaker app. If you have not downloaded the Spreaker app, it is absolutely free. And I appreciate each and every last one of you all for joining. You all that are in the live, if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Okay? Yes. And until next time, until the next live, I love you all, my subs. Thank you all. Peace, love, and blessings.